Welcome to Chicago Bears 360, keeping it a buck with Coach T.
Contra.
Life like chess, move to pieces, you know I roll in silence. On the road to them Benjis, I fill my teeth with diamonds. I'm high as fuck in the sky, you would've thought I'm pilot. I'm from Chicago, it get ugly, fill the streets with violence. Life like chess, move to pieces, you know I roll in silence.
Past, present, future. We bear down.
What's up, gang? Welcome to Chicago Bears 360 with Coach T. I thought on this video I would get inside the mind of Bill LAZOR off a simple formation and see how many run and just a few pass concepts that he can build off of going into Green Bay, the game against Green Bay, that puts the defense in a compromised position. Again, as an offensive coordinator, play caller, you always want to put the defense in a compromised position, right? So first of all, we're gonna do is we're gonna name this formation. We're gonna give this formation a title. First of all, let me get it to whatever the final look of the formation is gonna be after the motions. Excuse the mess. Let's get Cole moved over to the other side of the formation, put him in motion, right? So this is 12 personnel, right? We got Cole in as a tight end, and we have Alex Bars in the formation right there on the right side of the line as a tight end, additional blocker. Two tight ends, one running back, two tight ends, one running back, two tight ends. That's 12 personnel, right? But let's name this formation. First of all, we got twins left, sorry, dyslexia kicking in. Twins left, pistol, right? And then Cole's gonna be the Y, so we're gonna call him Y off because he's off the line of scrimmage. So this is twins left, say it with me, twins left, pistol, that's the running back, lined up directly behind the quarterback, and Y off. Twins left, pistol, Y off. Let's start with there. Let's clear this up. So, twins left, pistol, Y off, right? Why is some of this stuff important? What's the secret sauce, man, of drafting plays and being an offensive coordinator? Listen, and one thing that I love about this game of football is it's played with 11 men. So you have to try and take advantage of the heavier side of the line of scrimmage and manipulate the numbers, right? So if I draw that line right down the middle of the field, you notice if you count bodies, there's more men on the left side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we'll count the quarterback, center, and running back as one guy. So say that's 6 men, right? There's always gonna be an imbalance of men on each side of the line of scrimmage because we play this game with 11 men, not even, right? So that's 6 on that side, let's call it 6, and then we come back, or 5, and then there's 1, 2, 3, and again, if we count the same guys, that's 4 on one side. So 6 and 5. The imbalance and the strength of this formation is to our left, right? What does that do to a defense? It forces the defense to make a strength call. A strength call. They're gonna say strong right, or they're gonna give a number or a word that begins with R that indicates the strength is to their right. Ringo, razor, something like that. And it's gonna force them to shade their defense to the right, meaning they are gonna move their defensive linemen to the right, because what do they have to do? They have to fill up every gap. One guy has contained, one guy has to fill in every gap and account for every gap. This guy actually has the inside. They're gonna have to account for every gap, every hole in this defense to make sure they are accounting for every gap on the field. That's why they shade to the right, Let's undo some of this mess. All right, so there's a little bit of the Ys, right? And because they shade to the right, again, as an offensive coordinator, you want to take advantage of that shading and manipulate the numbers. Either run to that side and bully them and go right at them, or you want to find a way to manipulate the numbers and get more bodies back on the weak side of the formation to take advantage of the weak side. Now, you can attack it as is, both sides as is. You can run to the strength and see how disciplined they are at their gap fills, or you can manipulate the numbers and get back to the weak side of the formation and, play ball. So 2 quick plays that we can run off of this real easy. We can run the strong side zone and the weak side zone or stretch. It's a simple turnaround. Offensive lineman stepping strong, quarterback sprinting out here, handing the ball to the running back making something of it. Just big on big, ugly on ugly, getting busy, getting nasty and dirty. Or we can go weak side, right? Offensive lineman stepping to the weak side, quarterback getting out here, running back getting out there. And again, same concept, big on big, ugly on ugly, just making it a bar fight on the football field, right? There's nothing to that. It gets your offensive lineman playing fast. They don't have to think. Nobody has to be a super great athlete. They just have to have a nasty attitude and get out there and get stuff done. Now, let's get into a little bit of the fun stuff, because when you have these stretch motions, remember everything, the line movement the line moving the same and make everything looking the same, gets the defense flowing either one way or the other, and you can manipulate that movement, or you can actually take advantage of their movement one way or the other. Because remember, football, 1 false steps puts you kind of in a compromised position. So how would I do this? Off of that same strong side zone play or stretch play, I would get the offensive lineman moving this way, right? And then I'll use the Y off Cole to come across the formation in some kind of wham block. And then I'll have the running back take a jab step here, get up in the zone, or actually, let me undo that. I actually have him take off like a regular zone, but in the corner of his eye, he's watching Cole's block. If he doesn't see anything on the strong side, he cuts back and gets up in the hole, right? So we're gonna call that play, let's name this play. It's a twins left, pistol, Y off. And we're gonna call this counter wham, or wham counter. And we'll call it, let's name the backs. The quarterback is the 1, the running back is the 2. So we're gonna call this 20, and the right is odd numbers. So we're gonna call this 22, 4. We're gonna call this 24 wham counter, or 24 counter wham. Just that simple, right? And what we're doing again is taking advantage of the movement of the defense going this way, and the fact that the strength of the formation is already on that side. If I get these guys moving already this side, because they're reading the O-line blocks, and the running back runs up in the hole and cuts back, potential big gainer, right? So that's a 24 counter wham, or 24 wham counter. I like counter wham better. It just flows a little bit better. All right. How about another play off of that same motion, right? So let's get the big uglies moving to the strong side again, right? The defense is going to respond to the O-line steps, and they're going to try and start getting their gap fills right away, because they can't get beat off the outside, and nobody can get beat to their gaps, right? You're moving the gaps. And again, with the same guy, I'm going to have Cole wham motion. He's gonna attack the first guy off the edge of the line of scrimmage that crosses his face, right? But this time, I'm gonna pull a guard, get the guard up in the hole, in the gap to the second level. I'm gonna have the running back jab step to the left hard, and then come back and deliberately go that way, right? And we're gonna call that twins left, Y off, counter tray. Let's call that counter tray, right? And let me undo this because this guy's gonna jab step and actually run it up off of the corner. Get up in the hole, second level. If this guard pulling up in the hole makes his block right here, right, and these linemen able to get to the second level, the first time or the first person that running back is gonna see is this single high safety sitting back here. And we're gonna get into what the defense is in a minute. So right there off bat, that's 2 or 3 plays. That's 4 plays I've drafted up off of one formation. So we got the stretch, strong side stretch, a zone. We got the weak side stretch, a zone. We got the wham, 24 wham. We got 24 counter trade. Clear this up. Let's get into some stuff that's real simple right here. Again, off the same look, make everything look the same, but have 1,000 different outcomes. Get the big uglies moving out here real fast and very simple, right? We're gonna scrum to the line of scrimmage, break the huddle real fast, everybody run to the line of scrimmage real fast, and we're gonna go with a strong side toss to the outside. And because this is the left side, we're gonna call this 1, 3, 5, 7. We're gonna call this 27 toss. 27 toss, right? All right, cool. I'm making this up on the fly now, y'all. This is not pre-planned, written down or nothing. We making this up on the fly. Clear this up. What can I do to make sure this play is actually blocked a little bit better? Big uglies moving to the outside again, stepping strong. Defense is gonna counter by filling their gaps and moving this way. How do I set this play up for better success? For blocking wise, right? I got Cole on the outside here, wide off. How about I move Cole on the line of scrimmage before the start of the play? He's gonna come off the edge. He's gonna block this guy, right? And as long as he doesn't cut him, I can do this right here. I can go Allen Robinson's the Y, the X, Y, and I'm sorry, X, Z. Cole's the Y. X, Y, Z. Allen Robinson's the X, Cole is the Y, Darnell Mooney's the Z. So we go X, flee. Flee is the short motion, fly is the long motion, right? So we'll go with a flee. Let's undo it. We'll go flee, crack, right? The same guy that Cole is hitting, Allen Robinson is gonna come in a flee motion, post up to make sure we prepared to crack this guy, to make sure he's not getting to the outside. Because if I go toss, these guys are gonna run, right? They're gonna run to the outside, get to the perimeter. So if we're going with a 27 toss, send this guy in the flee motion, let him crack on that end and help Cole out, right? And if I wanna get even fancier, I can pull a tackle out there in a pull, pin and pull type of motion. Allen Robinson and Cole Kmet are gonna pin defensive end, pull a tackle out there ahead of the running back, and just put a big on a small, get a big lineman on a small cornerback. Again, that's on a 27 toss. So let's call this play out. We're gonna have twins left, pistol, Y off, X flee, 27 toss, and the tackle will know he has to pull to get outside. So we have a regular toss, so that's about 6 plays. We have a regular toss, right? And then we have this more advanced blocking scheme of a toss to get bodies out there. We can go weak side toss. Again, scrum to the line of scrimmage, get up there real fast. Everybody get set real fast and just run it real quick, because remember, the defense is already gonna be shaded this way. So they're gonna be shaded to the strength of the formation. If you hurry up and get up there real fast and run it, quick toss to the outside, get the big uglies moving, right? You got an extra offensive lineman on this side as a tight end. Get these guys moving out here and run the toss, quick toss that way, right? See if it works. It may work because simply you're you get up to the line with speed and you don't give the defense time to adjust, they're gonna be shading to the strength. And by the time they get set, you're already off to the races, right? That's a 6th play or 7th play. Clear this up. We can go with a similar concept, get the bigs ugly moving to the weak side, and then we can go with one of these guys right here, and we can put them in a fly sweep, right? So one of these two can go across the formation, fly sweep. Damian Williamson comes off the edge before the snap of the ball and cheats that way and gets to the corner, hand it to the wide receiver on the fly sweep and get to the outside. That's using your your wide receivers in the running game. That's the 7th play, right? So clear this up. Let's call this play out. Twins left, pistol. We're gonna put the Y on the line of scrimmage so these guys can clear them or not. Z or X flee, right? And because this is the odd side, there's gonna be 2, 4, 6, 8. We're gonna call this an 8-28 toss, or we'll call this fly sweep toss or something like that. But y'all get the point, right? Damian Williamson leading the block, the quarterback handing it to the wide receiver, coming on the fly motion and getting out on the sweep. That's a 6th or 7th or 8th play. I forget. Y'all keep count for me. All right. So we have the zone, weak side zone, stretch. We have tosses. We have counters. We have the wham. I think we're safe to get into a few of the pass concepts, right? So this is where it gets a little bit fun as well, right? So let's watch what's happening on the defense in response to all these heavy personnel right here. All these big bodies in here. We got 2 tight ends, a dang on offensive lineman in as a tight end. Defenses has to respond to that. And you can see right here, Las Vegas did. So if you count the numbers, they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 men in the box, right? 8 men in the box. 9, 10, single high safety lets you know that they're either in cover 1, some kind of man coverage, or cover 3. Cover 3 is this guy out here, the cornerback has the outer third, single high safety has the middle third. This corner right here has his outer third responsibility. But they're focused on stopping the run, so they're clouting the box with all these bodies right here, right? Which we can use to our advantage. Some of the things we can do, again, off this same formation. Everything looks the same, but nothing is the same. And this can be a play you're looking for it to go, or it could be a setup play. Let's just work with these 2 guys out here right now. And because this guy has this outer third responsibility, you can tell that his leverage is already opened up. His legs, his stance is already opened up with his eyes on the quarterback, because he is probably gonna bail at the snap count because he can't get beat deep on this outer third, because his safety help is in the middle of the field, and that safety has to cover from middle to sideline, right? That's difficult, right? So he's already leveraged open and prepared for something to go. So what you have to do as an offensive coordinator is create some conflict. What am I gonna do to create conflict? I'm gonna go with a hitch. I'm gonna go with a hitch motion right there. Fake the run. Let's fake the run right here first. Let's make it look like run down here or something, or maybe not. Let's make it look regular, right? Right? Either way, I'm gonna get a hitch motion going up on the top, right? That makes this guy, forces this cornerback out of his responsibility. He has to come forward now, right? And I'm just gonna throw the hitch. I'm gonna get Darnell Mooney out here blocking. You undo, right color, coach. I'm gonna get Darnell Mooney out here blocking. First guy that comes to him, get Cole out here running, and we just gonna make it a fight. Whether this play is successful or not, if it's successful, great, but it's a setup play, and I'm gonna show you why here in a second. So just have Justin stand up and throw the quick hitch out there, right? See if you can get a couple yards out of it, right? What you did was force him out of responsibility and cause him to compromise. If he doesn't come up and plays his responsibility, you get yards. If he does, then he's set up for the next play that you can run later on. So that's one pass play, quick hitch. Let's clear this up. Now, off of that play, we're gonna run the same motion, quick hitch, and now we're gonna go. Hitch and go. Why? Because you set him up already. You forced him to come out of his deep third responsibility and come up, right? And now, because they're worried about the zone, the run, they've walked the safety down into the box, and Darnell Mooney is matched up on the safety. He's gonna blow right past him. And now you got single high safety, and again, this safety has to make it all the way over to the outer third to help on the play. So this is either gonna be barbecue or doo-doo. Either way, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I'm nervous, right? 2 plays off of same formation, clear it, right? So again, let's draft up the defensive responsibility, see how we can put them in compromise. Out of third responsibility, D third responsibility, that safety's back there somewhere. And this corner has this out of third responsibility. We can work with their responsibility and compromise them. Have Allen Robinson 9 route, and then have Darnell Mooney on a quick out. Boom. Again, this guy is a safety, or at best a nickel corner, but trust me, if you got 12 personnel, it's less than likely they're gonna bring a nickel corner in to help with run support. More than likely that's gonna be a safety, they move up in the box. So you got Darnell Mooney versus safety on the quick out. Give him a quick shimmy, get to the outside, catch the ball, and get upfield. Boom. That's just working with those 2 guys, right? Now, we can create more conflict, right, by using a lot of play action, because what play action is going to do, especially with Justin's under center, play action is going to force these guys to come up. And again, the person I would be picking on in this situation is this guy right here, especially if he's a safety versus Darnell Mooney, because off play action, right, I'm going to force the linebackers up, but also you got A-Rob out here. If A-Rob's running a 9, this safety has to respect that. Singles high safety has to respect that and get over for help. These linebackers just stepped up because of play action. So now I got Darnell Mooney or Cole Kmet, right, coming across here somewhere in this zone. This is what I'm talking about. You compromise the defense, because remember, the safety, the single high safety is bailing. This guy's bailing, right? So you're gonna have one of these 2 guys here off of play action coming across the middle and getting open, right? That's getting them open in the pass pattern, or compromising the responsibilities of the defense, all right? Or off the same concept, you don't have to start over. Off the same concept, you can have a guy, you can have a guy, Mooney, coming across the middle, and you can have Cole getting into the flat, right? On something a little bit deeper, off of play action still. Because remember, this guy's supposed to be gone. He's gonna, wrong color, coach. This guy's supposed to be gone in his outer third responsibility. Middle safety's gone. This guy is gone. You got this safety that's guarding Mooney in compromise. What is he gonna do? Somebody's gonna be beat. You got this linebacker. He may have to guard Cole Kmet. I'm taking Cole Kmet every time. These are some of the concepts. If I'm inside the mind of Bill LAZOR, I'm drafting up, I'm building off of, and potentially running against Green Bay. And again, this is off of 1-1 formation. So we have several run plays. And here overall, I'll end it with this. When you're dealing with cover 1 or let's say predominantly you're gonna get cover 3. This is perfect for cover 3. So this is what I'm expecting to see on Sunday. I'm expecting to see a combination of 3 receivers to one side of the field, because against cover 3 and a lot of times against cover 2, but mainly against cover 3, you want to run a lot of flood, what we call flood concepts, to one side of the field, right? Because now you're going to have 3 bodies mainly against 2, which is the 2 corners, or the corner, the slot, and the safety. And if they get a linebacker involved, then you can always go back to the opposite side of the field with your other read. But you're gonna try and flood this zone 3, this cover 3, why I call it zone 3. You're gonna have to try and flood this cover 3 to one side of the field with a combination of 3 wide receivers, and put the defense in a compromise, and basically try to get your yards out here in the perimeter, or wrong color. Try to get your yards in the perimeter or behind the linebackers. So if you like this information I put out there, I didn't go deep into the past concepts, but I believe you get the picture. If you like what I put out there, don't forget to like and subscribe, man. Go down in the section and comment. If you want to see something different, make a suggestion in the comments and maybe I'll get to it inside this evil mind of mine. But if you like it, don't forget to like, share, comment, retweet, whatever, and let's keep this thing going, man. It's your boy, Coach T with Chicago Bears 360. Bear the freak down.
Past, present, future. We bear down.